Today, I'm painting flowers. But painting flowers is not painting flowers. If that made perfect sense to you, then you're already halfway to being an artist. Or maybe just insane. The flowers have come back to life. Look, they're up. So, this is why as an artist, the world is always changing, always evolving. So even a still life, you can't expect to be still. In this video I'll reveal 2 simple hacks, including my favourite cheat code to help make your flower paintings more interesting. Now, a still life sits on a table. It doesn't move, doesn't breathe, doesn't particularly mean anything. You paint what you see, and if you've executed a solid process, the canvas reflects the objects in front of you. It is a great exercise to repeat time and time again to improve your technique. But it can lack something. Personality, passion. And I'm going to tell you my 2 favourite ways to elevate a flower painting from still life to real life. And tip number 1 relates to choice. It might seem simple, but don't pick something because it's pretty. Pick something because it means something. Because the moment flowers carry meaning, chosen not for beauty, but for what they represent, it quickly moves from painting an object to painting a feeling. Perhaps the flowers held by a bride. Even if it was 10 years ago, the same type of flowers can still bring back the memory of a wonderful day or a great love. Maybe lavender because the smell reminds you of walking through the fields of southern France in summer.
Wildflowers from a hike you never want to forget. Flowers you laid upon a grave. Even grief doesn't have to be sad. It could be celebrating a rich, meaningful life, or celebrating the death of someone who wasn't very nice. That bit's up to you. When a flower carries a memory, the painting will carry that emotional weight, and it will begin to feel more like a portrait than a still life, gaining more personality as your brain reminisces and the impression of a moment greater than the flowers themselves reveals itself. So what do these flowers in front of me symbolise? Every emotion worth painting comes back to one thing: life. Even death is an integral part of that. These flowers very much symbolise youth. These lilies were chosen from a market stall for my 4-year-old daughter. She adores purple, her favourite colour, picked without hesitation. The way children make decisions before the world teaches them to doubt themselves. Trauma for a toddler is not getting that second apple juice. War stems from sharing, or rather not sharing toys. The greatest love is your mum and dad. The world hasn't corrupted their little bones yet. Every moment of childhood is precious, and I wanted the innocent memory of those flowers and my little girl to last a lifetime. So I painted it. And that simple gesture, that little twist, is what elevates these flowers from still life to something deeper. And if you're thinking, what the hell is he on about? Because the process is all you can think about. Colour theory, choice of brush, what paints to use. The workflow. Forget the workflow. You need to be emotionally in touch with your painting. And this second tip will help you get there. So this second tip is harder to explain with words, but it's been hiding in plain sight throughout the duration of this video. It's not about what you paint. It's about the emotional state you paint in, the mood you bring into the room and the atmosphere you create. There should be passion running through your body before the brush even touches the canvas. So most painters focus on the first tip, essentially the what you paint. The best painters understand the second, the why and how you paint. My cheat code to opening up an emotional roller coaster in my small studio space, whatever room in my house I use on any given day, is classical music. Hollywood has used and abused this concept for years. Almost every cinematic masterpiece is built upon it. Mute Interstellar at its peak, no lift. Cut the symphony from Rocky, no punch. Silence Jaws, just splashing without tension. Strip the score from Gladiator, just violence, not passion. You get the idea. Music is the absolute pulse of the movies, and classical music is the core of every great film. It removes life's noises, injects heightened emotion deep into your veins, and gives you the mental space to breathe. Classical music does not rely upon words to describe something, leaving that to the strings of the violin, the triumphant wind instruments and bounding drums to create a sensation open to interpretation, conducting, but not dictating, a feeling. A great score, even a great song, can experience great highs and lows. The momentum and energy can raise and lower your heart rate, revealing what feels like a great passing of time, through the seasons, through the years, in just a few minutes. Which is exactly what you need when you're painting something alive with meaning. It's easy to think classical music is reserved for the upper class, wearing designer labels in great theatre halls, or at the opera. But it really is far more accessible than that. And if you don't know where to start, that's okay. I'll list some of my favourites in the video description. But just ask Alexa. Play Gabriel's Oboe, or Rachmaninoff's Piano Concerto No. 2. That's the familiar song playing now, and you won't go wrong. Or seriously, just hit up the soundtrack to a film you love. Anything with Hans Zimmer. The Dark Knight trilogy, Man of Steel, Dunkirk, Inception. The man is a genius, as is John Williams. Think Jaws, E.T., Home Alone, Harry Potter, even Star Wars. Without him, Darth Vader's entrance would be, well, I don't know.
I can't breathe in this thing!
Failing that, if you still feel overwhelmed, you can experience At the Movies with Jonathan Ross every Friday and Saturday night on Classical FM. Familiar music, beautifully presented, and the perfect way in. It's for you, it always was. You possibly just haven't found your way in yet. The opening music track for Raging Bull, you know, De Niro, which was also the opening track of this video. Cavalleria Rusticano Intermezzo by Pietro Mascagni. Allora, scusa, il mio italiano è terribile. A piece from a 19th century Italian opera is probably one of my favourite intros to any movie. The best reminder that a still life doesn't have to be still is by injecting life and meaning, using flowers, because just like you and me, they breathe, admittedly carbon dioxide, but in turn they replenish the air we breathe ourselves. They are our oxygen. When I arranged these flowers carefully for the precise composition that I wanted, by the second day they basically said,
I'm not your bitch to order around.
I lost the gentle wilt that I thought made these flowers tender and innocent. The flowers feasted on the water, rising up, tall, proud, full of quiet grandeur. And then, before I could finish the painting, I watched them transform, yet again, from rising up, then to the colour fading. The stems slowly tarred and drooped. The petals fell, one by one. Without drama, somehow I watched them live, then die, with music in my ears the whole way through. When I listen to music while I paint, I stop trying to make a good painting. Instead, I absorb, I feel, I let the brush ebb and flow without overthinking. Art stops being something you make and starts being something that moves through you. Sounds a bit wanky, but it's true. These flowers are gone now, but when my daughter's older, and I'm gone too, her father's painting will remain, a father's answer to her love of purple.
What do you think? Is it nice?
Yeah.
Because that's painting.
You can eat it.
That painting isn't a still life. It never was. It's a love letter from a father disguised as a purple flower. That's why painting flowers shouldn't be painting flowers. And it can be so much more. Whatever means something to you, paint that. Bring music into the room. Let it move through you. Just pick up your brush and paint.